year is 1484. Blood runs down the steps of the Great Pyramid in Tenochtitlan. It's been running for 3 days. Thousands of captives stand in lines across the plaza, waiting their turn. Visiting rulers from across Mesoamerica watch from covered platforms. Some are allies, some are enemies. All accepted the invitation because refusing would have been more dangerous. An old man stands at the base of the pyramid. His name is Tlacaelel. He's 86 years old. The pyramid behind him? He ordered its construction. The ceremony killing thousands? He designed it. The empire that provides these captives? He built it. He never wore the crown. He advised the men who did. This is his story. When he was born, his people lived on a swampy island and paid tribute to foreign overlords. When he died, they ruled an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the Gulf of Mexico. He did this by rewriting history, restructuring society, and turning warfare into religious necessity. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why his city was both a fortress and a trap. February 10th, 1398. You're born in Tenochtitlan, a city built on islands in the middle of Lake Texcoco. Your name is Tlacaelel. Your father is Emperor Huitzilihuitl. Your mother is Queen Cihuacoatl. You're royalty. But that doesn't mean what you think. Your city sits on artificial islands that the Mexica people built from mud and reeds over several generations. By 1398, maybe 15,000 people live here. Stone temples rise in the central plaza. Chinampas, floating gardens, surround the settlement, growing beans and squash. 3 causeways connect your island to the mainland. Each causeway has removable bridges. This makes Tenochtitlan defensible. Enemy armies would have to cross open water or funnel onto narrow paths where they'd be slaughtered. Your city is a fortress. It's also a prison. Every piece of food that doesn't grow in the Chinampas has to cross those causeways. Every trade good, every weapon. Cut the causeways, and the city starves. And the people who control access to those causeways? They don't live in Tenochtitlan. They live across the lake in a city called Azcapotzalco, the Tepanec Empire. The Tepanecs are bigger, stronger, and they've been in charge for generations. Your city pays them tribute, textiles, cacao, warriors for their wars. Tepanec officials arrive regularly to collect. Your father, the emperor, receives them with careful protocol. He governs the city, but he answers to Azcapotzalco. Growing up in the royal compound, you watch this humiliation constantly. Tribute leaving by canoe across the lake. Mexica warriors marching to fight in Tepanec wars. Your father bowing to foreign officials. You hate it, but you're a child. What can you do? Nothing? Not yet. First, you need to learn how power actually works. At age 10, you enroll in the Calmecac, the elite school for noble children. Every morning starts the same way. You wake before dawn. You take a maguey thorn, sharp as a needle, and pierce your earlobes. Then your tongue. Blood drips onto bark paper strips. You burn the paper as an offering to the gods. This isn't punishment. This is prayer. The gods sacrifice themselves to create the world. You're repaying the debt. After the blood offering, the real education begins. You learn astronomy, how to track Venus as it appears and disappears across the year, how to predict eclipses, how to read 2 calendar systems, the 260-day ritual calendar, and the 365-day solar calendar. Every 52 years, they align. When that happens, the world might end. The priests perform ceremonies to restart time and ensure the sun keeps rising. You learn to read the codices, folded bark paper books painted with pictures and glyphs. They record history, tribute obligations, astronomical calculations, ritual schedules, and you learn the official history of your people. According to the codices, the Mexica came from a place called Aztlan. Your god Huitzilihuitl guided you to this valley, but you arrived late. The established civilizations didn't want you. You survived by proving yourself useful as warriors. You were given the swampy islands because nobody else wanted them. You built your city through hard work. It's a story of humble origins and earned acceptance. It's also a story that says, know your place, be grateful, serve your betters. You memorize this history. Years later, you'll burn every copy and commission new ones that tell a completely different story. But you're still just a student. You haven't captured enemies in battle. You haven't led campaigns. You're competent, intelligent, observant, but not remarkable. What you do is watch. You watch how your father navigates Tepanec demands. You watch tribute being collected. You see how decisions get made, how power flows through the palace, and you pay attention to your uncle. Your uncle's name is Itzcoatl, Obsidian Serpent. He's the son of your grandfather, the first Mexica emperor, but his mother was a slave. That makes him royal by blood, but common by birth. He can't inherit the throne, so he becomes a warrior instead. And he's exceptional. He rises through military ranks. He captures enemies. He leads successful campaigns for the Tepanecs. He commands respect. His illegitimate birth becomes an advantage. He owes nothing to noble families or political structures. He can act on ability, not obligation. You recognize something in him. He recognizes something in you. Ambition without an obvious outlet. Uncle and nephew develop an understanding. He teaches you things the Calmecac doesn't cover. How armies actually function. What motivates warriors. How battles are won through morale and logistics, not just tactics. Meanwhile, the political order stays stable. In 1417, your father dies. Your older brother Chimalpopoca becomes emperor. He maintains the tribute relationship with the Tepanecs. He sends payments on schedule. He provides warriors for their wars. The arrangement continues. Over in Azcapotzalco, the Tepanec Emperor Tezozomoc holds power. He's ancient. The sources say he lived into his 90s. He's ruled for so long that everyone has only known his system. And his system works. Cities pay tribute. The Tepanecs maintain order. Everyone knows their role. You spend your 20s in administrative positions. You manage tribute records. You observe diplomatic proceedings. You're capable but unremarkable. No military glory. No political breakthroughs. Just watching, learning, waiting. By 1426, you're 28 years old. You've been preparing your entire life for an opportunity that might never come. And then, everything breaks. 1426. Tezozomoc finally dies. His son Tayatzin is supposed to inherit the throne. Instead, his other son Maxla seizes power. Some sources say Maxla poisoned his brother. Either way, Tayatzin is dead, and Maxtla rules Azcapotzalco. The new emperor changes everything immediately. Where Tezozomoc maintained power through sustainable tribute demands and managed relationships, Maxtla governs through intimidation and extraction. He raises tribute requirements. He replaces local officials with his own people. He makes enemies everywhere. Your brother Chimalpopoca has a specific problem. He had good relations with Tezozomoc. There were family connections through marriage alliances. That made him legitimate under the old system. Under the new system, it makes him look like a threat, a remnant of the previous regime. In 1427, Chimalpopoca dies. The circumstances are unclear. Tepanec assassins might have killed him. Mexica nobles might have removed him themselves, seeing the danger. He might have committed suicide, the traditional response when a ruler can't protect his people. Whatever happened, he's dead. Tenochtitlan needs a new emperor immediately. The Mexica Council meets in emergency session. They need someone who can handle this crisis. Someone not connected to the old Tepanec regime. Someone who can fight if necessary. They debate, they negotiate, they evaluate candidates. They choose Itzcoatl. Your uncle takes the throne in 1427. He's in his 50s. He's a proven warrior. He commands military respect. And he owes nothing to the Tepanecs. One of his first acts is to restructure military command. He creates the position of Tlacochcalcatl, Supreme Military Commander. He needs someone he trusts completely. Someone who understands both warfare and politics. He appoints you. You're 30 years old. You've never commanded troops in battle. You've never captured enemies. You have no military reputation. On paper, the appointment makes no sense. But Itzcoatl knows something the sources later confirm. You understand power. You understand how institutions function. You understand that war isn't just battlefield tactics. It's logistics, alliances, ideology, political will. You finally have real authority, and you're going to use it to destroy the Tepanec Empire. But there's a massive problem. The Tepanecs are way stronger than you. They have more cities, more warriors, more resources. Most Mexica nobles are terrified. They want to surrender before the war even starts. They're literally calculating how much tribute to offer Maxtla to avoid being wiped out. Across the lake, Maxtla has noticed the regime change in Tenochtitlan, and he doesn't like it. Tepanec military units begin positioning around the causeways. A siege is coming. Inside Tenochtitlan, the council debates. The conservatives argue for immediate submission. List the military realities. Acknowledge Tepanec superiority. Seek terms. The debate reaches crisis. Then you stand to speak. What you're about to say will be remembered for centuries as one of the greatest speeches in Mesoamerican history. You're going to tell the council they're cowards. You're going to threaten them. You're going to promise them glory if they fight, and destruction if they surrender. You're going to talk your entire civilization into a war they don't think they can win. But you have a plan. You need allies. Fast. An exiled prince named Cihuacoatl, whose city was destroyed by the Tepanecs. A rebel Tepanec city that hates Maxtla. You're going to build a coalition. You're going to create the Triple Alliance that founds an empire. But first, you need to survive the speech you're about to give. Coming next, the speech that changed everything.